What do you get when you combine a passionate and veteran sports writer with a wife who is a casual observer? The answer? Married to the Game. This landmark sports talk radio show discusses sports from a married couple's perspective. Married to the Game with Rory and Lakita begins right now.
Once again, it's on. What's up, good peoples? My name is Rory Chirac.
And I'm Lakita Chirac.
And this is Married to the Game.
Thank you all so much for checking us out. And thank you so much for all the feedback and support. I mean, it feels good to know that you're sending us much love.
Yeah, we really do appreciate that. And boy, we got so much on tap today. Our good folks up in New England, they're still buzzing over the Pats' 5th Super Bowl championship. While our neighbors here in Atlanta, man, they're still in a collective state of shock.
Yeah, I mean, it really hit me in the gut right here. I mean, I was all excited, and then I felt like they just picked me up and just threw me down. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, well, we've aired a show called Walk Like a Champion before, but
This is the remix.
On this remix edition, we'll tip our hats to the historic New England Patriots, dash around the track at the Millrose Games, and salute 2 championship broadcasters.
So put on your fine threads, book your spot in the VIP section, and let's groove to this remix of Walk Like a Champion, right here on Married to the Game.
Freeman, what a cut! Touchdown, Atlanta! Falcons overload the right side of the Patriots offensive line. Pass is picked. Intercepted. Robert Alford. He's gone. There are no flags. And the Falcons add to their lead. Alford with a pick 6. Here's Edelman broken up, and the pass is no sign yet. Edelman comes down with a football, and they're saying it's a catch. And now this from Edelman. Incredible. Here's Amendola. Down near the 20. From the 8. Brady finds his man. That's James White. What a game he's had. And White is down to the 1. Handoff. Touchdown, James White. That's Amendola. Flag is down. Amendola's in. Toss to White. He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl! Brady has his 5th! What a comeback!
Mr. Pratt, what do you got to say to all your fans out there that after the first full week of the season, your quarterback's not starting and to find yourself in the greatest Super Bowl ever played and you're the victor?
2 years ago, we won our 4th Super Bowl down in Arizona. And I told our fans that was the sweetest one of all. But a lot has transpired during the last 2 years. And I don't think that needs any explanation. But I want to say to our fans, our brilliant coaching staff, our amazing players who are so spectacular. This is unequivocally the sweetest.
All right, we know Super Bowl 51 has been analyzed and dissected over and over. We're here to put the final bow on that ball game. Tom Brady has 10 fingers. 5 of them sport Super Bowl rings. He rallies the Pats from down 21-0, then 28-9 to beat the Falcons 34-28 in overtime. First ever overtime in Super Bowl history. This was the worst loss in the history of the city of Atlanta. A meltdown of epic proportions.
Meltdown. Wow. I mean, to me, meltdown is just...
Or choke. Which one do you like better?
Choke. And not only were the Falcons football players choking on the field, but they had all the fans choking all over social media, just passing out with just anger, embarrassment, just frustration.
And you're a pretty harsh critic when it comes to people blowing stuff and losing.
Yeah, because
what do you feel about that?
I just, when you're up there and you're making that many coins, you need not make that many mistakes.
Okay.
And they choked. How can you have such a huge lead, and then you come back and just...
Well, there's no excuse. Tom Brady is a legend. His legacy is already 5 Super Bowl rings. Bill Belichick, 5 Super Bowl rings as a head coach. That's the first ever for both of them.
Right. And but you know what? I've starting off, I was looking at, okay, it can either go two ways. You could go with Brady getting his 5 and making history, or Ryan having his first and making history. So I was leaning more toward, of course, with Ryan wanting to make his first in history. And it just really disappointed me. But I will stick to what I liked. How about that? Let me get on positive train.
Okay.
Julio Jones. Man, not only
he was making some catches.
He was making some smooth criminal catches to Nutcracker Ballet. I mean, he needs to do his remix edition of doing a winter mix ballerina of Nutcracker, plus put a little Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal up in there. He was doing it ballerina style, tiptoeing all over the place.
Man, I wish they would have threw it to him more. Maybe they would have won the ball game.
Oh yeah, they would have. I think so.
But the loss hurts you, but you like the extra stuff that goes on with the Super Bowl. Talk to me about that.
Yes. Now, the commercials were...
2 thumbs down on the commercials.
Yeah.
I don't know who was dealing with that, but they were horrible.
Now, I kind of looked at the commercials as being the Patriots, the first half, and then the Falcons. How the Falcons were in the beginning of the game, because the commercials were garbage at first, but then they kind of picked up a little bit. I liked a couple of them. I guess where they were doing little trailers to the shows. Those were cool, but other than that, halftime show, epic. I love Lady Gaga. Oh my goodness. She has a new fan. I really wasn't on the Lady Gaga bandwagon as much.
Yeah.
But now I'm on it.
She's got a catalog of hits.
Yeah, she did. She does. She really does. Oh, I've got to say, of course, the food, the parties, the music.
Yeah.
We
ate good.
Yeah. That was awesome. That was my thing more than anything. So what about you?
Like the HBCU tribute.
I knew you would.
I really like that.
Yeah. I kind of figured you would, being an HBCU graduate, That was right up my alley, and it was great to see how they honored some of the legends who have passed on, and then the ones who are still here. It was great. How about, I noticed that Morgan State was representing.
And Grambling State. Got a lot of love, too.
They got a lot of love.
SWAC school.
Yeah, I was like, wow. And then I thought it was really cool when Jerry Rice, when he came out, he did his little funny little dance. Yeah. And I thought that was cool. But yeah, I got a little bit emotional myself seeing the HBCU Hall of Famers. It was an emotional and proud moment. Being a from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Shout out to University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. It was good.
Now, what about the awkward moment when Commissioner Roger Goodell had to hand the Vince Lombardi trophy to Robert Kraft, shake his hand, and he had to congratulate Tom Brady and shake his hand too? I thought both parties were professional and mature about it, because there's a lot of beef between them.
Yeah, and I thought, I think everybody was so, especially with Brady, I think he was so focused and excited about that number 5 that he wasn't messed up about that.
It was funny, though, as Commissioner Goodell was giving his little congratulatory speech over the mic. Everybody is booing him.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Robert Kraft gets the Vince Lombardi trophy, all the fans stop booing and stop cheering.
Yeah, and I think as fans, though, we tend to hold a little bit more of that anger compared to the other ones when they're like, you know what, let's move on. I won. I got number 5. That's all that matters.
But so Super Bowl 51 is in the books, a historic one, first ever in overtime. Tom Brady, 5 Super Bowl rings. Bill Belichick, 5 Super Bowl rings as a head coach. That's the most ever. Their legacy is already in place. Champions of the NFL, the New England Patriots. All right, we're not done with all the football talk just yet.
Not yet.
Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Class of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
7 men are going to get fitted for that nice yellow blazer.
The canary yellow.
It's a hot look, though.
Yeah, it is.
All right. You mind if I rattle off a few stats?
Okay, here we go again with the stats, man.
But it's the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And it's based off of stats. Go ahead.
LaDainian Tomlinson. Mm-hmm. 5th all-time leading rushing. Mm-hmm. 13,684 yards.
Wow.
Terrell Davis. He's a Georgia guy.
All right.
2-time Super Bowl champion with the Broncos. And he's the all-time leading rusher with the team.
Okay.
Then there's Kurt Warner. Mm-hmm. 2-time MVP. Super Bowl champion with the Rams. And he won an MVP of that Super Bowl.
Now, his name sounds familiar.
All right, Kurt Warner at one point was bagging groceries while playing in the Arena League.
Okay, maybe his story was a come-up story or something like that.
Yes, it's like the ultimate Cinderella story.
Yeah, and I know his dating game just shot up.
I think he was married at the time when he was bagging groceries.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
So he's in the history of supermarkets, he's the all-time greatest grocery bagger, if that is such a word.
Yeah, and then, it's always that strong woman behind that man.
Exactly.
Hint, hint. All right, go ahead.
Then there's Morton Anderson. Mm-hmm. He's going to be the second kicker in the Hall of Fame. He played here with the Falcons. His career spanned 25 seasons. That's a long time.
That is a long time.
Jason Taylor, 139 and a half career sacks.
Okay.
7th all-time. 2006 Defensive Player of the Year. He was with the Miami Dolphins. Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones.
Arkansas native. That I know.
Played for the Razorbacks. Mm-hmm. 3-time Super Bowl champion. Owner of the Dallas Cowboys.
America's team.
That's right. Then there's Ken Easley. 5-time Pro Bowler with the Seattle Seahawks. But noticeably absent off this list is Terrell Owens.
T.O.
T.O.
Yes.
8th all-time in receptions, 1,078.
Yes.
2nd in reception yards with 15,934.
Wow. Now, his stats are amazing. So why was he not in there?
T.O. had a bad relationship with the media. And these are some of these guys are the ones that are on the committee that vote you into the Hall of Fame.
So because he had a bad relationship with the media, they were kind of petty with it and decided not to put him in.
Exactly, and that's the problem.
So is that what y'all do? Because you're part of that media now.
Now, I've never met T.O.
I know,
but I didn't like his actions, his antics. I can't say I don't like him. I never met him. Did he have a lot of bad relationship in San Francisco with head coach Mariucci? Yes. Right. With quarterback Jeff Garcia, yes. Right. And then in Philly with Donovan McNabb, they had their back and forths. Right. But he was a great ball player.
Right. He was a great ball player, but from what I know, he was an awful reality star. I wasn't all for that.
Yeah, the show with Chad Johnson.
Yeah. Now, you know what? I did see where he got major support in the Twitter world, as you can say, in Twitter. And Mike Greenberg of ESPN, he was like, I'm sorry, but Terrell Owens is historically greater than several of those who went into the Hall. Like him or not, he just is. So there you go. He stated his stats speak for itself.
There are people there with lesser numbers, right, as far as wide receiver position that are in the Hall of Fame. Right. One of the borderline people in this class, Jason Taylor, right, both of them don't have Super Bowl rings. Oh. Now, but Jason Taylor was a great player at his position. So was T.O. And sometimes that's if it's a weighing factor. Okay, right, did you win a championship? That plays a big role in it. You know how you used to say likability? So yes. Did that play a part in this? Oh, absolutely. Okay. But why is it that, if it's just about stats and it's not about the character, so he should have got in? It's the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Character. Okay. It's not the Boy Scouts or the choir club. So I guess that, that makes a lot more sense from what Deion Sanders said on Twitter when he said leaving out Terrell Owens out of the Hall of Fame, again, is just wrong. They need to just say what's the criteria for being a Hall of Famer so we all know. #truth. So there you go. Truth is right there. And I mean, they really need to state whether or not it's character and stats or just stats. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a diva. He brought a lot of attention to himself. Right. But the man buckled